Any volunteer to light a candle? Yeah. Maybe the next one. Yeah. Oh, and then. Yeah, one more candle. Yeah. Over here. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Let's start our chanting before the meditation. Please turn to page 5 of our chanting book. Salutation to the Buddha. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. The three refuges. Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dhammang saranang gacchami, Sanghang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi Dhammang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi Sanghang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Next page. The 5 precepts.
Panatipata veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami adinādāna veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami Kāmesu micchācārā veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami musāvādā veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami Suramēraya majja pamādātthāna veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
On the opposite page, let's read the affirmative vows. Being aware of the suffering caused by the destruction of life, I vow to cultivate compassion and learn ways to protect the lives of all living beings. Being aware of the suffering caused by exploitation, stealing, and oppression, I vow to respect the property of others and to practice generosity by sharing my time, energy, and material resources with those who are in real need. Being aware of the suffering caused by sexual misconduct, I vow to respect my commitments and those of others. I am determined not to engage in relations without love and long-term commitment. Being aware that words can create suffering, I vow to learn to speak truthfully and develop peaceful, kind, and meaningful speech. Being aware of the suffering that an intoxicated and agitated mind can produce, I vow to develop mindfulness and heedfulness. Next page. Homage to the Buddha.
Iti piso bhagavā arahang samma sambuddho vidyācarana sampanno sugato lokavidu anuttaro purisa dhamma sārati Sattva deva manussanam buddho bhagavati.
Homage to the Dhamma.
Swakhato bhagavata dhammo sanvittiko akaliko Ehi pansiko panayiko pancattan veditabbo vinyuhiti.
Homage to the Sangha.
Supatipanno bhagavatu sāvaka sangho උජුපටිපන්නෝ භගවතෝ සාවක සංඝෝ ඥාය පටිපන්නෝ භගවතෝ සාවක සංඝෝ සාමීචි පටිපන්නෝ භගවතෝ සාවක සංඝෝ යදිදං චත්තාරි පුරිස යුගානි අත්ථ පුරිස පුංගලා ඒස භගවතෝ සාවක සංඝෝ ආහුනේයෝ පාහුනේයෝ දක්ඛිනේයෝ අංජලි කරණීයෝ අනුත්තරං පුඤ්ඤක්ඛෙත්තං ලෝකස්සාති
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Next page. Offering of light.
ගන්නසාරප්පදිත්තේන දීපේන තමදං සේනා තිලෝක දීපං සම්බුද්ධං පූජයාමි තමුනුදං.
Offering of incense.
ගන්ධ සම්භාර යුක්තේන දූපේනාහං සුගන්ධිනා පූජයේ පූජනීයං තං පූජා භාජන මුත්තමං.
Offering of flowers.
වන්න ගන්ධ ගුණෝපේතං ඒතං කුසුම සම්පතින් පූජයාමි මුනින්දස්ස සිරිපාද සරෝරුහේ පූජේමි බුද්ධං කුසුමේලනේන පුඤ්ඤේන මේතේන ලබාමි මොක්ඛං පුප්පං මිලායාති යතා ඉදං මේ කායෝ තථායාති විනාශ භාවං.
Offering of water.
අදිවාසේතුනු බන්තේ පානියං පරිකප්පිතං අනුගම්පං උපාදාය පටිගංහාතු උත්තම.
Offering of drinks.
ආදිවාසේතුනු බන්තේ ගිලාන පත්‍යයන් ඉමං අනුකම්පං උපාදාය පටිගංහාතු උත්තම.
Worship of shrines.
වන්දාමි චේතියං සබ්බං සම්බඨානේසු පතිත්ථිතං ශාරීරික ධාතු මහා බෝධින් බුද්ධ රූපං සකලං සදා.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Next page. Wish of well-being. Reflections on the teachings of the Buddha in English. Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made Adi. If one speaks or acts with an impure mind, suffering follows like the wheel that follows the foot of the ox. Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made Adi. If one speaks or acts with a pure mind, happiness follows like one's own shadow that never leaves. Generosity, kind words, benevolent actions towards others, and equanimity towards all beings and all things. These bonds of sympathy function in the world like the limping in a moving cart. One by one, little by little, moment by moment, wise people should remove their impurities as smiths remove the dross from silver. For one who mindfully develops boundless loving kindness, mental defilements are beaten and the freedom from clinging is seen. All conditioned things are impermanent. When one sees it with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. All conditioned things are unsatisfactory. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. All things are not self. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. Excellent, excellent, excellent.
So welcome everyone for our meditation session. And we are going to make a genuine effort to cultivate the wholesome potentials that we all carry in our mind. The way our mind usually works is not the optimal way that our mind works. There are more rooms for improvement, and we have beautiful, wholesome potentials in our mind. the seeds of compassion, loving kindness, and seeds of insight, all are in our mind. So at this moment, we are going to touch into those potentials and manifest those wholesome potential to whatever level we can during this short period of time. So it's like watering a plant and then letting it have blossomed flowers. So in this session, we can make a genuine effort because we all have that potential, those seeds inside of us. Each and every one of us can do this. Maybe the degree will be different, but we all can do it. So rejoice your commitment, your effort to come here today. And we are going to tap into the wholesome potentials in our mind and just rejoice this opportunity that will be healing to our whole body and to our mind. That's going to benefit our own life and also many others. Whatever the cultivation that we are doing at this moment is going to benefit so many other people, other beings. So although it's a little effort, it's going to benefit a lot. Just be encouraged with that thought and make a determination. I will engage in wholeheartedly in this practice. And then try to adjust your posture. It's very important to keep an upright body, chin somewhat parallel to the earth. We want to stay alert and at the same time restful. So having a nice posture, the balanced posture, the weight of the body is moving, flowing through the sit bones, to the cushion, to the chair is very important. And balancing our skull on the top of the spine is very important. Keeping the chin parallel with the earth. And then relax arms and the shoulders, but upright body. In this posture, let us listen to the sound of the bell. And let us also do our chant, Namo Buddhaya. Let us use the sound of the bell and the chant to gather our attention to this very present moment. Relax. Feel your body. Just we will settle into this moment and just be in our body. Feeling our legs, feeling wherever our body is touching, acknowledging wherever we feel our own clothes. Just pay more attention to the sensations available in the body and feel them, notice them, use them as an anchor to be here in this moment. With its awareness of the body, we will allow this body to further relax, to release whatever tight muscles, tense muscles. This is a good time to give a chance to our body to completely relax and to release and loosen up. If you wish, you can use your breath to further relax your body. You can gently lengthen your in-breath without pause. Simply let more air to come to your lungs. Gently lengthen your in-breath, taking it a little longer, and releasing that air very slowly, allowing the whole front part of the body to drop and relax. Take another slow, long breath, gently letting the air go into the lungs a little longer, and releasing that air very slowly, allowing whatever tight muscles in the body to relax. If you have any tightness, any discomfort in any parts of the body, you can pay a close attention to that area and then lengthen your in-breath gently and release that air, focusing on that area and allowing that area to open up, to loosen up. With every out breath, letting the body to relax, to release, to loosen up. We will let this body to be here as relaxed as it can. And now we will gently bring our whole attention to our mind. Letting this body to be here, we will gently bring our whole attention to our mind. And simply notice whatever the thoughts, memories, images that are coming to our mind right now. Keep noticing whatever the thoughts that are occurring. Without developing any of these thoughts further, you will simply notice the first occurrence of those thoughts or memories. Keep noticing them. Various thoughts keep popping up, memories surfacing, one after the other. This is how our mind usually works. Random thoughts keep occurring. You will pick them, pick or select, and then develop them further. But right now, we will purposely generate a wholesome thought. We will purposely generate a wholesome quality. We are going to tap into a wholesome potential in our mind. Loving kindness. Loving kindness is a friendliness towards all beings. Loving kindness is the goodwill towards everyone. It is a genuine wish of well-being. It is the willingness for everyone to be well. We all have this loving kindness as a potential, as a capacity in the deep in our mind. Sometimes this wholesome quality is buried in our mind. We will now allow that wholesome quality to manifest, to come to the surface. This is a good time. All conducive conditions are present. We will allow that loving kindness to come up and blossom in our heart. Open your heart and generate that willingness for everyone to be well. How good if all people, all beings in this world are free from pain and suffering. How good if everyone is peaceful and kind. We will generate that willingness. Let us open our heart just like when we see a little baby. When we see the smiling face of a little baby with shining eyes, how do we feel? Or when we are petting a puppy or kitten, how open is our heart? Let us generate the same openness, same warmth, same readiness to care, same willingness for well-being. Let us open our heart just like that. We will now maintain this wholesome state and cultivate and make it stronger and stronger by making more and more wishes of loving kindness. The more wishes of loving kindness we make, the stronger our loving kindness becomes. Let us keep wishing well-being to everyone. We will start with ourselves. Feel your presence. Feel your being here. And we will direct that loving kindness to this living being sitting here. Just like we were ready to embrace the baby, just like we were ready to care for that puppy or kitten, let us radiate the same level of care, kindness to this living being, to yourself, with a deep sense of acceptance, compassion. Let us make a nice, good wish to ourselves, to this living being sitting here. May I be well, be strong, be healthy, be peaceful. Continue. Continue to make all good wishes to yourself. Let us be generous and kind to ourselves and make all good wishes wholeheartedly. If we have a specific concern these days, make a specific wish. Be well. Be strong. Be healthy. Be peaceful. Let us now radiate this wish, this loving kindness to this whole body. Directing that loving care, that wholesome wish to this whole body. With deep appreciation of the contribution of this body to live our precious life. All these organs, all these systems of this body have helped us a lot to live this precious life. Let us direct this loving kindness to all these organs and systems. May these lungs, which are helping us even right now to breathe, may these lungs and whole respiratory system be well, be healthy, be healed. May this heart which is even beating for us right now, may this heart, the cardiac muscles, the whole cardiovascular system be well, be healthy, be healed. May this digestive system, all these organs that help us to digest what we eat and absorb the nutritions and energize our body, the stomach, liver, pancreas, intestine, colon, all the organs in this whole system be well, Be healthy. Be healed. May these kidneys that help us to release the toxins from the body, may these both kidneys and whole genitourinary system be well, be healthy, be healed. May this nervous system, the spinal cord, the brain stem, the middle brain, the frontal lobe, the whole nervous system be well, be healthy, be healed. Allow this loving kindness intention to travel throughout the body. May all these muscles, all these bones, and especially all these joints be well, be healthy, be healed. We have now allowed this loving kindness intention to cover our whole body, healing each cell of the body. We will now expand this loving kindness beyond ourselves to everyone else. Let us expand this wish beyond ourselves to all loved ones in our life. Let us make the same wish for all of them. May all our beloved family members, our friends, colleagues, may all these beloved people in our life, may they all be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. Let us expand this wish beyond those beloved people to all other people, wholeheartedly wishing well-being to everyone living in all different places. Let us expand this loving kindness to whoever living in this surrounding area. May all people living in this whole surrounding area, may all of them be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. Let us expand this wish beyond this immediate region to all other faraway places. May all people living in faraway cities, faraway places in faraway countries, let us expand this loving kindness as wide as we can. Radiate this loving kindness as far as we can, to include as many people as we can to this wish. We all people living in the direction of our front, near and far, be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. May all people, all beings living in the direction of our right, we were the people living in this direction in faraway places. Be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. May all people living in the direction of our back, whoever the people living in this direction right now, in all faraway places, be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. May all people, all beings living in the direction of our left, whoever the people living in this direction right now, may they all be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. Let us expand this wish beyond people to all other living beings, all animals. May all animals from large ones to tiny ones, may they all and all other life forms, May they all be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. Let us expand this loving kindness to include and embrace all living beings, whatever life forms there may be, all of them, each and every living organism, without exception. Be well, be well, be well, be peaceful, peaceful, peaceful. Experience the spaciousness of the mind, the loving kindness that has no limits, boundless loving kindness that embraces all beings. Rejoice. Rejoice this unbound loving kindness, a wholesome state of the mind. With this rejoice, let us gently bring our whole attention to our breath. We will now use our breath, our awareness of the breath, to deepen the peace, to deepen the inner peace, the tranquility. In this peaceful, calm moment, we can notice the flow of the breath. We can notice the entrance of the breath through the nostrils. We can feel the movement of the air through the inner walls of the nostrils. You can feel when air is passing behind your throat. You can feel the air in your lungs. When you breathe out, you can also feel the outgoing air touching the inner walls of the nostrils and moving away, sometime touching our upper lips. Let's pay attention to all these sensations and details. Changes happening in the chest area, the belly area, wherever place in the body that you can feel, experience the breathing in and out. Let's simply pay attention to that area and gently rest our mind there. In next few minutes, we will simply be with the breath, rest with the breath. Bring your attention back to the breath. Whenever you have other thoughts, simply bring it back. Dukkha patacca nidukkha bhayapatacca nibbhaya sukhappatacca nisukha Homtu sabbepi paninu. Gently come out of the meditation and gently put your palms together and place them against your chest. Let's take a moment to feel grateful for this opportunity to have peaceful practice, meditation practice in our life. Feel grateful to all great teachers, enlightened masters in the past, who passed this wisdom from generation to generation. Let's feel grateful to whoever helped your meditation tonight. Let's also feel grateful even to these non-living things which helped our meditation, including this cushion, this chair, this bell, and this device that help us to connect to this meditation from home. With deep gratitude to all people and all things that made this meditation possible for us today. Let us say sadhu 3 times.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay, you can change your legs and stretch. Any sharing or questions?
When we're asked to form good wishes for others and ourselves, how specific are those wishes, and in what form are we being asked to put them? Is this verbally, in images? I'm just not sure.
I think any wish of well-being would do. But of course, I just kind of help you, like be safe, be healthy, so I just help you, but you can have your own wishes too. So when you say safe, so you really wish that may they feel safe. And then we say healthy, we wish that may they be physically and mentally healthy.
So you say it.
Yeah, you repeat. Yeah, you say it in the mind, because the verbalization can, create the emotion. The goal is to have that, the genuine wish, and then developing this willingness, and then even like seeing them in good health, like in visual image, and then seeing them in happiness. But I think saying it can help us to create the wish. So we don't wait until we feel it to say it. We say it until we feel it. We repeat, So it's a different.
What I believe, on the other hand, maybe loving kindness or any kind of wholesome thoughts, emotions. I believe, I don't know, I think that emotions has no language, right? So we have to convert our emotion into a language. So especially for me, when I'm doing personal point, it's my experience, doing loving kindness meditation, all that I'm saying that be healthy, be happy and be peaceful and so on, I feel in my mother tongue, other than English, right? When we go to the deep of that thought, no language, just we have that thought, right, Bhante? That's
Yeah.
maybe something like developed state, but better, as Bhante said, that we verbally we express, and as otherwise we can visualize. They are maybe something like they support, right, Bhante,
Yeah.
to strengthen the loving kindness wishes.
So in the beginning, actually, there can be a lot of verbalizations, like, wishing, like making different wishes, like be safe, be healthy, be whatever, And then usually when you go to the deeper and deeper, we kind of minimize the verbalization. And I also try to like only keep peaceful and be peaceful, and like removing all the healthy and sometimes, So because at the end, we just want to keep that emotion, that wholesome state. Yeah. Like, in single, we only keep super feel, right? And just towards the end, it's just one wish. It kind of, which kind of includes all other wishes. Yes.
Sometimes when it happened tonight, when I meditate, I get this like energy in my body, like this.
Like you want to help others, or
No, like it just the energy in my in my legs and my arms. It's like it's like I can't sit still.
Mm.
And when I do, it's like it just gets worse.
When you do what?
When I just sit still,
Mhm.
it, what do I do? Be with it? It's
Any kind of
annoying.
meditation.
Any meditation.
Any meditation.
I mean, I can't.
I try to understand. Unfortunately, I didn't have similar experience. Any other suggestions? Yes.
No, it's.
Yes, Melissa. Yeah, yes, suggestions.
Yeah. I'll say just for me coming in tonight, I was very emotional and anxious hearing about a lot of events going on in my family right now. And I was like, I don't even know if I can meditate. I won't be able to sit still, and I had that in the beginning where I was just like, I think I was gonna have to like burst out of the room and, and then finally I don't know what broke through, but I just was really like, okay, like be here right now, really just pay attention to my breath. And sometimes I could like see it happening. Like I would have like little bits of relief and then like 4 seconds later, I was back to like, weird soundtrack. But I don't know. But in the end, I was like, oh, I can't believe I did it. Like I made it. But I really was just so emotional and I came back peaceful from being able to. I think I had a harder time with the loving kindness, and for me, it helped to once I got to the breath part to be with the breath. But that's just my experience. So.
It's not like an emotional thing.
But I think it's more like a body, right? More like a body.
So
I think.
similar to trying to sit through discomfort.
Yeah. How about because in this meditation we also like look into our body and then also like wishing this body to be be healed, be healthy. So maybe when we're having those energy, like we can observe all this firing, all this burst of energy happening, and then we can see like a boiling water and then make a wish, genuine wish and wish of well-being, like may this body do whatever things it wants to do, but eventually may it settle, may it be healed. Like yes.
And yet, isn't energy one of the factors of mindfulness that we're cultivating? I mean, could it be that Nancy is touching into the development of?
No, I mean, there what you mean by energy is it's actually mental strength to overcome or withstand our unwholesome tendencies. It's more like a mental energy. But then she's talking about like physical physiology, the physical burst of energy, right?
Yeah,
Mm.
it's almost like a tingle. Not quite a tingling feeling, but
Mm.
kind of on the.
So that will be a good object of meditation. You don't, your mind will not be distracted, because there's whole things happening here. So why not? Okay, I'm going to watch my own movie, and then
Watch my own movie.
yeah, moving its own, own function of the body, and kind of, have like a overview, like you start to observe that whole thing, exactly where it is happening, where it is flowing, and then just follow that, follow that energy with the at the same time having this, loving kindness wish, and for this whole body to be healed. But that is it this uncomfortable?
Kind of.
Mm.
It's like I have a hard time sitting still. It's like I said, I want to like go like this, or, just
Okay.
go like that.
But I didn't see.
Yeah, I just want to wiggle. I feel like a little kid that can't sit still or something.
Those little girls in the front row.
Yeah.
One little detail.
It hasn't happened for a long time, and it's been a long time.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that the previous little, yeah. Okay. Let's, we will do more research on that. Yeah. Okay. So let's move to our discussion today. And so today, actually, I forgot to introduce our new monk sitting there, and Bhante Paduma, and he's visiting us from Sri Lanka. And he came last Wednesday. Actually, last Wednesday, the Bhante Metta was not here, right? And Bhante Metta went to bring him, went to the airport to bring him, and he came to help us and to help us with our robe offering ceremony. Actually, I met him in Sri Lanka when I visited Sri Lanka in January, and then I came to know that he has plans to visit Canada. And he has been to Canada before. He has some connection and teachers there. And so when I learned that he has plans to visit Canada, I told him, why not you first come to the US and then to Canada. So then we apply visa. So then he got the visa. So I convinced him that US will be better than Canada. Except hockey, right? Okay. So welcome, Bhante. Here. He'll be here with us for some time. And the other one is, if you look at, I don't know whether you can notice. So if you look at four of us, and one monk looks outstanding, right? And do you see a difference in the robes? Yeah, Bhante Kamalasiddhi is wearing the brand new robe, the special robe. That's the, I mean, that's the important thing about the robe. Nobody knows whether we are wearing an old robe or a new robe. They just can wear, go anywhere. But he's wearing the special robe that was offered, last Sunday, in our Katina ceremony. It's a robe that everybody got together to, sew. And and he's wearing that robe, to benefit, all other people who are part of that, to wish them for their good health. And so I invited Bhante because he's now wearing the new robe, and he was the lucky recipient of the special robe, among three of us. And so I invited him to today to give you a short talk about the Katina ceremony, about the robe. Yes, Bhante.
Thank you, Bhante. Thank you very much for inviting me to deliver a speech and talk about the Katina. Bhante, actually, today I selected to talk under two topics. The first topic is what is the meaning of the Katina?
The word.
The word.
Katina.
And also, after that, I will discuss and I will talk about why the Buddha advised monks to accept Katina robe.
Katina ceremony. Yeah.
Katina ceremony. When we consider about the Katina, the meaning of the Katina, the meaning of the word, the Katina means literal meaning. Actually, the meaning, the inside, it is a kind of stiff wooden frame, because those days people did not have machines to sew dresses, so they wanted to make clothes using a needle. So they took a needle and they prepared
stitch it, right?
Yeah, they prepared the frame to keep and tight, and they are dresses. So in that case, the Katina means the wooden frame. Yeah, and also when it comes to the ceremony, there is another meaning. We normally say in Sinhala language, Katina Pinkama in Sinhala language, it means the solid meritorious deed. So in that means, Katina means the solid, hard, strong, and great ceremony. So that is the meaning. Now I'm going to tell about why Buddha advised monks to accept this kind of robe. There is a story behind that. Actually, do you know the name of the Buddha? Before becoming to the Buddha, uh, his name was Siddhartha. We say Prince Siddhartha. He became to Buddha when he was 35 age.
Is there anyone who is 35 here? Oh, did you flip the number?
Yes, numbers.
Right.
Okay.
Times 2 over here.
Yeah. So, when Buddha was 35 years old, he became the Buddha. When he comes to 36, the many people surrounded by him to listen to the Dhamma. Many people gathered around him to listen to the Dhamma. Some people came one by one, some people came as a group. So the crowd was increasing. So Buddha, year by year, Buddha selected some specific place to observe his rainy retreat. He was in a specific place. So in the when we consider the Buddha's life, he has spent more time in a specific temple called Jetavana. So at that time, Buddha was in the Jetavana temple, and Buddha spent more time in that temple. So when Buddha became 55 years old, Buddha was there in that temple. So you can imagine from 35 to 55, Buddha has spent 20 years.
So spent 20 rain retreats.
Yeah, retreats. But so I'm trying to tell you, at the beginning I said, as a group of people, one by one, people came to Buddha and became a monk and practiced. So, and after becoming a monk, they went to the places to meditate. So there were monks, they didn't see the Buddha after 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. There were some monks, they didn't see Buddha after 20 years also, because still they are meditating and they are trying to develop meditation. They are trying to fulfill the goal. So there were 30 monks. There were 30 monks. They became to monks when Buddha was 36 years old. Okay? When Buddha completed 36 years old, this group of people became monks. They were in a city called Pava. Buddha was in Savatthi. So from Savatthi to from Pava to Savatthi, there was a long distance. This group of 30 monks wanted to see the Buddha after 20 years. They were eager to see the Buddha. They decided we would observe rainy retreat with the Buddha in this year. With that intention, they started their journey to reach the Buddha from Pava to Savatthi. So when they started their journey, at the end of rainy season, at the end of one of rainy season, just imagine we ended our rainy season the last Sunday, like that. So they started their journey. They passed almost 1 year by working, but they were unable to reach to the Buddha. So when when they are traveling, they the next rainy season was approached. Therefore, they had to live in a suitable place and spend another 3 months along along with other monks and uh, in a forest, in a nearby forest, and there was a village also, and they were so disappointed, and they thought, even even though we have spent 1 year, we were unable to reach the Buddha.
Before the rain
Before the
starts.
rainy, yeah, because their planning was to observe rainy retreat with the Buddha, but they were unable to come to the real time. So they stayed away from 80 kilometers, Bhante, 80 kilometers. So they stayed in that place, and after finishing the 3 months period, they again started journey to see the Buddha. They were so longing, they were so eager uh, to see the Buddha. It's just like the kids wanted to see their parents after 20 years, like that, because the monks are living like the sons and parents, like that. They are the connection between elder monks and younger monks, like that, like a family members. The monks are living like that. So with that hope, they are traveling. They had to travel another 2 months by working on food. So when they are coming, actually they came under the rainy season again. The rain is still raining. It is still raining when they are coming. They had to sink in the muddy places. When they keep one foot, the other foot is sank
In the mud.
in the mud until knee. When they keep other foot, again the foot is sunk in the mud up to knee. So very hard journey. They spent very hard journey. Their robes got wet, and they had to pass narrow roads, and they had to pass hills and stones. So passing like these narrow areas, finally they reached the Buddha. Buddha has a habit. Buddha has a habit when someone comes to Buddha. First of all, Buddha talk to them. Buddha asks, "How are you? How are you doing? Did you receive enough food? Were you able to spend your rainy season? Uh, were you able to live without arguing each other?" Like that, Buddha asked questions from the monks. So at that moment, they replied, "Yes, Venerable Sir, we spent our rainy season very well. We had enough food. We had good shelters. We were lived together harmoniously each other." Uh, uh, but Venerable Sir, they mentioned the reason we started our journey before 1 year, but unfortunately away from you 80 kilometers we had to stop because rainy season was approached. So we have to stay, and we have to spend another 3 months, and again we start the journey. We spend another 2 months to work. So while we are working, we had this kind of difficulties. Our ropes were got wet. Our body was covered with mud, muddy body. we had not any other robes. We had only 3 robes. Actually, those days Buddha has allowed to monks to keep only 3 robes. So
Actually, 3 robe doesn't mean that 3 pieces of robes, like
yeah,
one undergarment and one, outer robe, and then one blanket robe.
yeah.
So,
Double layer one, right?
the double layer, the blanket robe that you can use as a blanket, you can use as a meditation cushion. It's not like, the 3 robes, 3 different types of clothes, only one piece for each.
Yeah, that is the meaning. So, so the group of monks described the situation. So after hearing that, actually,
So their robes are wet, right?
yeah,
They're
very wet.
still, they're still wet. They are in the wet robes.
They are in the wet robe. So they were discomfort with the wet clothes. But after looking at the face of the Buddha, their tiredness, their discomforts, all things were disappeared because they were so happy after looking at the face of the Buddha. But they explained the previous situation. But after hearing that, Buddha was somewhat sad. Buddha said, "Dear monks, the journey from Pava to Savatthi is not miserable. Actually, the real miserable journey is this life, from previous life to this life. You have spent more circle of birth. You have passed more circle of birth. When you have been born as an animal, sometimes you may have been born as animal who have 2 feet, who have 4 feet, who doesn't have feet, who do not have feet. While you are living in the previous life, you have come across so many difficulties. You have faced so many illnesses. Sometimes when you were living as animal, your head has been cut, your leg has been cut. Just imagine you may have born as a cow or bull. So people kill bulls to food. Just imagine you may have born as a hen or rooster. So people kill. So when you collect your blood, the blood is more than the water of the ocean. So these kind of miserable things has faced you. These kind of difficulties you have come across, you have met from previous life to this life. So that previous journey is the most miserable journey than from Pava to Savat. So now you are here. Now you are going to stop this miserable life from here in front of me. So Buddha preached Dhamma to them. At the end of the sermon, they became Arhat. So
Yeah. So and then
they
become enlightened.
they become enlightened, and they didn't want to go work on foot. They were able to go over the land one day.
Yeah. So what about the robes? The wet
So-
robes? Yeah.
So the second fact. So at that moment, Buddha helped to develop their mind. At the same time, Buddha advised to all the monks. Buddha gave a message to summon all the monks and give give an order. The monks should accept another robe instead of 3 robes. They should claim to
He allowed to accept an additional robe
additional
at
robe.
the end of the rain retreat.
So when some monks complete three months of period training period, definitely they should have accept another
Because they can renew their robe.
crop.
There's a time to renew their robes because they have spent 3 months, and in this case, they have traveled long distance with,
So that is the occasion the Buddha allowed to monk accept Katina robe.
Yeah.
So
That-
that is the
that's the
little
background.
story. That's the background.
beginning. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just the one, like the one that you got, or
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, whatever that's not good.
Oh, you have to replace.
Yeah, you replace them. Yeah.
So you discard the old robe?
Actually, you're not allowed to discard it. You have to use it as a bed sheet.
Okay.
There's another way to discard it, then step
Yeah,
by step.
step by, and the previous bed sheet has to be used as the mat, floor mat. The previous floor mat, yeah, has to be. I mean, no, actually, the previous bed sheet has to be used as a rugs, and the previous rugs has to be as floor mat, and previous floor mat has to be used, should be used as a part of the mix of clay to to paste as a clay to plaster of your wall of the monastery. So it's never discarded. Never discarded.
Actually,
Yeah, yeah, it's hungry.
that robe will be a part of the environment after that finally.
Yes. So thank you, Bhante, for sharing the original story. Why when this whole Katina ceremony was started. Thanks to those monks who made such a long journey with all the difficulties, and they were in worn out robes. And so Buddha recommended, to accept a new robe at the end of the rain
So what
retreat.
did he do to receive this gift of a new robe? Did he pass it through something?
No, because we spent three months in this place. We completed our rain retreat.
No suffering.
No suffering. No suffering. No rains here.
Practical.
Yeah.
And also we have to think, Bhante, they spent 20 years when the Buddha was living to meditate.
Yeah. It took 20 years for them to, fully spiritually mature. So don't be disappointed. Yeah. And also, the robe, this is the design of the robe is actually the design of the Buddha. This is one of the few material gift that Buddha has given to the world, because Buddha is the designer of the robe. Because originally, the monks collected different pieces of clothes and they put them into one piece. So basically, the robe is a patchwork. So originally, the pieces of clothes were put in, collected, but then later Buddha recommended and to put those pieces of clothes into a pattern called pattern of a rice field, pattern of the paddy field, and he recommended that design. That so even today, and if you help to sew the robe, you can see it is nowadays we still, even though we buy the whole big piece of cloth, we cut into pieces and then put them back again, following that pattern to remind ourselves, the original, story of the robe, and also that the paddy field is a symbol, because the paddy field is the place for cultivation, cultivation. So it can remind us, the spiritual cultivation that we had to do. And then, and we have to be a paddy field. We have to be the field of, a good field of merits for the community. So it's not only actually a cloth; it's also a big message, in the robe. Yeah. Thank you, Dante. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, let us move to the other part of the program. So it is time to share the merits. You can turn to page 14. So by coming to this practice and doing this wholesome practice together, we have generated so much merits in our heart, and so much goodness, so much good karma. And it is the time to share these merits with all others. First of all, let us recall to our mind our family members, our ancestors who have passed away, and let us be grateful to them and share these good merits with them too. May they all share these merits. May they be well, happy, and peaceful wherever they may be. Idang me ñātīnaṃ hotu sukhita hontu ñātayo. Idang me ñātīnaṃ hotu sukhita hontu ñātayo. Idang me ñātīnaṃ hotu sukhita hontu ñātayo. Let us also share these merits with all other beings. And if there's any being who would like to share this merit, may he or she do so. May all living beings share this merit. May all living beings be well, happy, and peaceful. Ittavata ce amhi sambhatam punya sampadam sabbe devanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Wish for the well-being of the world in English. May the weather be pleasing. May the people prosper in their lives. May there be peace and happiness in the world. May the rulers be righteous. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are in grief be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Aspiration. May this wholesome act begin the liberation of my mind from mental defilements. By virtue of this wholesome act, may I never follow the unwise people. May I associate with good people until I attain Nibbana. Purification. If by body, speech, or mind I have carelessly done wrong, I acknowledge them all in front of the Tathagata, great wisdom, and determine to be heedful. Okay, now we are going to do our blessing chant, and we are going to chant the Loving Kindness Sutra that is given by the Buddha with great compassion for all living beings. We are going to chant the same sutra for you, wishing you good health, peace, and happiness. Throughout this chant, we will maintain unbound loving kindness radiating towards you, and we will generate this wholesome vibration with this chant. And we wish that may you receive these blessings, and may you be blessed with courage and strength to endure difficulties in your life, and wisdom and mindfulness to overcome those difficulties, and may you be blessed with peace and happiness. You may also recall to your mind whoever you want to share these blessings with. Your family members who are sick, you can recall them to your mind and share these blessings. And other friends who need help or going through hard times, you can think about them and share these blessings with them too. May all of you receive these blessings. May all of you be well, happy, and peaceful. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Karaniya matta kusalena yantang santang padang abhisamicca sakko joja sojoje suacho jasam samudvanati mani santos sakocha subarocha ampagit joja salabukavunti Santi Sandringriyo Janipako Jampagambo Kulesu Ananugindo Nachakundang Samajari Kincina Vinyo Pare Upavadiyam Sakino Vajemino Hontu Sabbe Santa Bhavantu Sukhi Santa Ike Jipan Bhutanti Tasava Thavarava Anavase Sadigava Mahantava Majjimarasakanukadola Dentava Eva Andenta Echadure Vasanti Avidure Bhutava Sambhavi Siva Sabbe Santa Bhavantu Sukhitanta Paro Parang Nikubbe Dhanati Mangi Tekanta Chinang Kanje Vyaro Sena Patiga Sanyana Nyamanya Sadukami Jai Mata Yata Niyang Prutang Ayusai Kabunta Manurangke Vampi Sambhute Sumanasan Bhavaye Aparimanang Mirtang Sambhalokasmin Sambhavaye aparimanang uddang adocha diriyang cha asambhadang avirang asapantang setang charang nisingno vasayano Yavatas Savigadamindo Etam Satim Aditya Brahmamitang Viharang Idamaho Dittim Chanupagam Sileva Dasanina Sampanno Kami Soviniya Gedang Naijatu Gambaseyang Punareti Etena Satcha Vajjena Suttite Hotu Sambhada Etena Satcha Vajjena Sambharogo Vinasansatu Etena Satcha Vajjena Hotu Te Jaya Mangalang Sabbitiyo vivanjantu sabbarogo vinasansatu mate bhavantantarayo sukhe dīgāyuko bhavatu sabba mangalang rakkantu sabba devata sabba buddhanubhavena sada soti bhavantu te bhavatu sabba mangalang rakkantu sabba devata sabba dhammanubhavena sada Soti bhavantu te bhavatu sabba mangalang rakkantu sabba devata sabba sanghanubhavena sada santi bhavantu te. Let us spend a moment of reflection, Try to recall to your mind whatever kind deed that you were able to do during last few days. Think about today, or maybe yesterday, or maybe previous days, that you were able to be kind to someone, helping someone, sharing whatever you know with someone, even visiting someone, even a simple act of kindness. Just recall an actual incident of a kind deed. Let us rejoice this opportunity to be kind to others. On this day, or in the past, if I have done kind deeds to other beings, with my body, speech, or mind, whether great or little, here before the Buddha, I call to mind those kind deeds, and let my heart rejoice. I rejoice in those kind deeds, appreciating the opportunity to be helpful to others. I rejoice in those kind deeds, wishing more opportunities to practice compassion. I rejoice in those kind deeds, resolving not to compare myself with others. I rejoice in those kind deeds, and glad to share this joy with all beings everywhere. May my kind deeds relieve the burdens of other beings. May my kind deeds shield me from all dangers and pain. May my kind deeds and merits that come from them help me in freeing my heart. Let us now recall to our mind whatever kindness we receive from others. We are always receiving some form of kindness from others on a daily basis. Let us try to recall an actual incident. Today, maybe yesterday, or even previous days. Any moment that you receive some care, some help, some kind attention from someone. Or you heard, you saw a kind act of someone. Let us rejoice the goodness of others. On this day, or in the past, if I have seen or heard of the kind deeds done by others, with their body, speech, or mind, whether great or little, here before the Buddha, I call to mind those kind deeds, and let my heart rejoice. I rejoice in the goodness of others, being always ready to praise kind people and follow the example. I rejoice in the goodness of others, appreciating that there are many good-hearted people in the world. I rejoice in the goodness of others, expressing gratitude for any kindness done. May the kind deeds of others bring safety and happiness to many living beings. May the kind deeds of others foster gratitude and fellowship among many living beings. May the kind deeds of others nurture goodness in me and many living beings. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. It was so nice to practice with you tonight. Thank you very much for making an effort to come, and I appreciate your being here, and we look forward to see you again. Yeah. And then, and thank you everyone who joined us over YouTube, and we appreciate your effort to practice meditation from home. Yeah. Thank you everyone. So please come for blessing strings if you like to have one.
Mother be down.